Dan Carter. He
Yes.
obviously announced his retirement on Saturday. So the question is, who had the greater impact in a Blues jersey, either Dan Carter or Benji Marshall? That's part one of it. And what is your favourite Dan Carter memory?
Yeah. The bigger impact on the Blues, I think, was I did like how Dan Carter turned up just to alpha Bowden Barrett.
Oh,
Just be
yeah.
like, I'm here, Bowden. You've got a new team, it's your team, but also Dan Carter's just joined. But I think the bigger impact for negative reasons was Benji, wasn't it? It's just like, because Brad Thorne came over to Union and it's like, oh, geez, Ford can do it. That's pretty good. And then Benji came over and turns out that he couldn't. He couldn't do it and has scared off anyone ever since until RTS. Now to actually come over, who's a back, like Sonny Bill came over, but he was a forward who ended up playing in the midfield. So I think Benji had a negative impact, and that was pretty big and still felt today.
I feel like Benji Marshall for me had the biggest impact because I still remember those NIB adverts.
I was just going to say, he had an NIB ad where it was like, he had some tagline which actually summed up his Blues career.
Yeah.
Which was?
I can't remember. Just like
Which is exactly.
It's good. And my favourite DC memory, of course, everyone knows the second test Lions, 33 points. Everyone knows the drop goals to win us knockout games and Rugby World Cup titles. But his 100th Super Rugby game in 2012, when he went to Wellington and absolutely thrashed the Hurricanes. That was my favourite Dan Carter moment. Yeah, in 2012, 100th Super Rugby. 42-14 in Wellington.
Why'd you bring that up,
against the
Jonathan?
Canes, who were stacked with All Blacks then, but Dan Carter just ripped them to shreds. So that's my favourite DC.
Yeah, my favourite Dan Carter moment was, I can't remember the year. I think I want to say 2006. It was the Home Nations tour where they were over there playing, and they played Ireland, and I went to Ireland with my mates, and we paid 150 euros to get a ticket, and it was when the North Stand burnt down, and so we bought scalping tickets, and we paid 150 euros to stand up in the aisles of that game, and we won the game. It was fantastic, but we went out to the bars later, and Dan Carter and the All Blacks were there, and because there was only like maybe 20 or 30 just Kiwis there, we all just got to hang out and drink with them, and it was amazing. And he just chatted to us, and he was all good, and chatted to us for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then like I want to say, I don't know what a collective noun for a group of attractive 20-year-olds are. I'm going to say a gaggle. And then surrounded him, and then we didn't talk to him for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And but a great,
Were you guys punishers? Were you guys like, oh, awesome game, Dan, or you're so good?
We try to be like really super cool. And then what my mate I think blew it when he asked Dan Carter one of his favourite Spates bottle top questions.
Oh, wow, that's good.
And he just went, hey, mate, whatever, can you get this? And I can't remember what the question was, but Dan Carter got it right. And then he was like, oh, awesome. And then that stopped the conversation.
Oh. You got to have a follow-up.
You got to have a follow-up. Yeah, that's
you gotta have a
perfect.
follow-up, Nick.
Yeah, that's it. But that's my favourite DC memory.
Mine is the Lions. I mean, that second test in Wellington where he went 33 points.
Yeah.
But Dan Carter's fend.
Yes,
Yeah.
underrated.
Dan Carter had the best fend. It was incredible. And that's like obviously a moment, but that's my favourite part of Dan Carter. And is, like Joey Wheeler said, is off the field antics.
Yeah.
Do you know why he was so good at the fend though?
Why is that?
Because of the gaggle of girls that have to always.
And sometimes it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes the 2 or 3 of them will tackle.
Well, a man that's not as humble as Dan Carter, Anthony Mundine. He believes he's the greatest all-round athlete ever, saying Donald Bradman was good at only one sport.
Donald Bradman was only good at 1/3 of one sport.
Yes.
Correct.
Batting and cricket.
Apparently a real prick. Never shouted his teammates' beers. Don Bradman.
yeah,
Arsehole.
right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom Brady. He only plays one position in a team sport. So of course Anthony Mundine thinks he's the GOAT athlete because he played wing in rugby league and was a pro boxer. Now, another Aussie stat. 1 in 5 Aussies apparently won't get the vaccine. What are Anthony Mundine's chances of getting the vaccine?
I love it. Well, the fact that he does so many different sports, surely there's, one in those 5 sports that he does that he might get the vaccine. But That's a big call, right? I know what he means. I definitely know what he means.
Well,
but
he's played two sports. And
Yeah.
he never was a kangaroo, so he wasn't that good at rugby league, even though he
Yeah.
claims he was the highest paid player ever. He only played 3 Origins, I think, for New South Wales. He's in a Dragons team that lost 4 grand finals in a decade.
But it's kind of like Michael Phelps being like the greatest. He's got all these gold medals, but he's doing just slightly different versions of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like my friend Rabin Khan, he does this thing where he says, like, you don't get a gold medal in 100 meters for doing it if you run like a butterfly, like or run it or do it backwards.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like you're doing exactly the same thing but slightly different.
The backwards hundy would be awesome, wouldn't it? Sprinting
Yeah.
backwards for 100 meters?
And maybe throw on some hurdles.
Yes. Miles, Christ, how could you do that?
I don't know, man, but I'm watching.
Holy, what a sport. Mundine would do that and be the best at it.
But if that's the case, but Sonny Bill Williams, surely he's done like 3, 4, 5
Right.
different situations. Like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson.
Like
Come
supremely
on.
talented, like just All Blacks,
Yeah.
but then also high level cricket,
Yeah.
which is a completely different skill set.
Yes.
You
So
know? And he
there's-
was really good at basketball too, which is obviously skillful.
Mundine reckons he's made $34 million from boxing. He reckons he's rich. He reckons he owns 9 properties in Sydney.
Yeah.
He reckons a lot of things, Mundine, so
Yeah.
therefore
Got a lot of reckons.
him and Peter Williams will not be getting the vaccine.
Well, doesn't Coda NASA not let them put the money in the bank? Coda NASA has their money.
Really?
When I say their money, I mean Anthony Mundine and Sonny Bill Williams.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
he's a cash guy.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they put it all in property.
You'd think Sonny would be a vaxxer. Like, he'd
Sonny
be getting the
Bill.
vaccine. Like, he's got young children and he knows how vaccines work. But Anthony Mundine
Yeah,
seems
dangerous.
easily led and a bit dumb.
There's
So
a big thing in the NBA at the moment that they don't. Some players don't want to say that they're going to push the vaccine for the NBA,
yeah, right.
because there is a stigma attached with African American males that they don't trust the vaccine, which is deadly, as we can see. But then like they come out now and say, John Hopkins University come out and say that there'll be herd immunity in April anyway, because America is an absolute clusterfuck.
America's that deep. Yeah.
Because they're like didn't actually mean to have herd immunity like Sweden. They're just so
classic
fucked.
America.
Yeah, they decided that well, with the vaccine rollout and herd immunity upcoming, they're going to be okay by April. It's not great.
That's
No.
been their whole thing the whole time is just, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, elimination or eradication.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the Spanish flu. We don't talk about that now.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Well, Super Rugby Aotearoa this weekend. Obviously talked a lot about that. Who is the team you want to see come last and have bad things happen
Crusaders.
to? Yeah,
Crusaders.
easy.
Of course.
Crusaders.
People
yeah.
always hate the best, don't they? It's just
Yeah,
typical.
It's typical.
Yeah.
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 Like if I don't hate the Chiefs,
No.
No.
Yeah.
they're incredibly likable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Crusaders are nice dudes. You can't tell me you don't
Oh,
like
no.
Scott Robertson
It's a
and
collective
all the
hate.
boys.
It's a
Yeah.
collective
Yeah,
hate.
but individually, lovely.
Just
Yeah.
want to see them come last because they win all the time.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And you know, like I don't care who comes last really because I love the Saders and then everyone else, whatever. But I look at the Blues and I just like Leon so much, so I don't want them to come last.
Do you know what I think there should be now? I think there should be a relegation team. I think there should be a chance for a franchise to come in, and it should be able for us to pitch another franchise.
Yeah,
for next year.
Moana Pacifica's probably going to come in
Right.
next year,
Yeah,
so maybe a relegation.
yeah. It just makes more like that's what I love about the Premier League, is that there's even 5-6 games out. There's still so many teams playing for something.
Yeah.
And there's all the beautiful stories of them like coming from like, you know, I don't know, LV Vans level 3 or whatever like that,
Yeah.
all the way through to the Premiership.
Yeah.
We need something like that. Like the Ranfurly Shield used to be like
Yeah.
that. You know, we want these stories of like, you know, Hibiscus Coast,
Yeah.
you know, whatever team
It's
coming
just
through.
so
and-
high level now at Super Rugby level that just you can't have a random team popping up
Well, yeah.
romantically
Yes.
like you can in football because you know it's
Super Rugby Aotearoa is basically a five squad All Blacks training group.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Like they're like fitness camps for like 2 months.
Yeah.
they've got to get away from that, and I'm glad that what they're not telling the All Blacks how many minutes they can have now because that
Yeah.
sucked. It just
Yeah.
really ruined the competition, eh? So now the All Blacks can play whenever they want.
Yeah.
It's derbies all the time. This is the competition we've always wanted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and I can't wait.
Well, with that in mind, then I think the team that I want to lose this year is the Possibles.
You're a probables guy.
I want the probables,
Yeah, I want the Canes to come last. Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's the end of the podcast then.
Yeah. Well, they will come last because Jonathan Taumatini and Jackson Garden Bishop aren't doing nothing at 9 and 10. I tell you right now, they're up to sweet
Hurricanes
fuck
for
all.
life.
The Rock. Download the Uncut podcast on Rover or anywhere you get your podcasts.